Hello and welcome to the Wonky Gamer episode 47, the awesome adventures of Yakuza's Mega Men and Jurassic Pandas. I am Stef, and here is Rammy.
Hello.
So I guess today, have I got anything else to introduce at the beginning or not?
No, I don't think so. We're just going to have a bit of a gaming news discussion, really, aren't we? Maybe a shorter episode.
I'd say so. And we're trying out a new thing. We're going to have a little video.
Playing in the background. How exciting.
Isn't that exciting? And that's me playing No Man's Sky. So we can talk about that game, because we've ripped on it quite a lot.
Yeah. So I take it you've been able to play No Man's Sky next, then?
Yeah, and probably you'll see the full amount of gameplay I've played of No Man's Sky next since it's come out. So you know exactly my experience of the game. So that's good.
I mean, I actually enjoyed No Man's Sky, the little bit we played.
It was alright. I mean, it was what I expected, but not what most people expected.
Yeah, I agree. It was exactly what I expected. I'm still confused why so many people didn't expect that.
I think he did lie. I don't know. I didn't really like...
I'm sure he probably did, but maybe I just could see through his bullshit better than some other people, but...
I suppose the thing is with games, like, I've become really discerning over the last, especially 10 years, because, like, I don't really buy many AAA games anymore on the basis that I watch the trailers and can generally tell they're pretty boring and the same formula we've seen before. But yeah, I suppose, right, No Man's Sky next. What do I think? I haven't played it enough to tell you what I think. I think graphically it's better than it was.
All right.
What else?
Any obvious new functions or features, or...
Yeah, there's some big ones. I mean, since we played when it first launched, they've added much more to the story, so the story goes on more.
Oh, that's good.
They've added base building.
Yeah, that was a few updates back, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the big one that they've sort of announced, which is the whole next thing, is that you can actually play multiplayer, so you can bump into people, you can work with them, you can fight them, all that kind of stuff.
Actual real multiplayer.
Yeah.
Proper what you expect multiplayer to be.
And you can buy and you can create your own massive frigate that you can then, I think apparently you can build a base in it, and you can have, I think you can have your ship in it as well. I'm not sure.
That's pretty cool.
So that's cool. And you can send off your fleet as well to different places, and it will actually go to those places in the game, and then you can like go to that place and find them there, and they're doing stuff.
That's pretty cool.
And they'll give you like a report of what's happened as well. So they'll be like, you know, we got in a fight with these guys and survived. And
I mean, that's one thing you've got to say, certainly, about Sean Murray. He's absolutely stuck with this game, and putting the work in to turn it around, which is really fair play.
And very rare. The only company or games developer that has done that type of thing before turned around a ship from a really absolutely poor reception is Square Enix with Final Fantasy... God, what was it? The newest online game.
One of the onlines, is it 14?
Might be... Yeah, I think it's 14. And the game released and everyone panned it. And then they they spent 2 or 3 years redoing it and called it A Realm Reborn, and it's one of the biggest MMOs out
a
there.
lot of fun, yeah.
Mm.
But one other game I'd say as well was The Division.
Division's another good one. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, because that did get a lot of panning. There was a lot of cheating and all sorts, and they absolutely knuckled down and took everything on board that the community had to say, and it's awesome now. A lot of fun, and they've kind of fine-tuned it over various updates. So,
is it cross-platform?
I'm not sure whether The Division is cross-platform or not. It's just come onto Xbox Games Pass, which I swear that's going to be kind of like the next big thing if we have a new generation of consoles. Stuff like Games Pass may be the way you're consuming a lot of your games instead. That you won't be buying
like Netflix.
It'll be like Netflix for games, and I think Microsoft are now just sounding out the waters and just trialing it before they really jump in with both feet. I think that will be the next big thing, Netflix for games. And Games Pass are doing fairly well. I mean, one game I've played a fair bit of now, or just started playing, because it is on Games Pass, is the Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second one.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Really good. More progression from the first, more kind of the same, but the first one was good, and there's just a bit more to it, and yeah. Awesome.
See, I did find it a bit boring, the first one, if I'm being honest.
I really got into it, and
maybe I didn't give it long enough a go,
and actually became so focused on, I've got to get everything. I'm not going to play the game more than once. I'm going to do absolutely everything I can on my first run through. And it's like Dead with Final Fantasy VII. Literally the last level, I'd 100%ed the game up to that last level, and now it won't load for me.
Oof.
Doesn't matter whether I delete the game off and reinstall it, something's gone wrong and it won't load, and I'm devastated that I didn't get to see the ending. But I've sucked it up and I've gone back to
watch YouTube. Watch ending on YouTube.
It's not the same.
Is it not?
No, because this is something I've done all myself.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, other games I have, like Bloodborne. I really wanted to play Bloodborne, but didn't have a PS4, unlikely to get one, and to be honest, I don't think I would have personally had the skill to get good enough to get through it.
I disagree, man. I think Dark Souls-esque games aren't about skill. I'll tell you what Dark Souls games are about, is about repetition and memory.
No, some of the bosses though.
No, it is literally, once you know how to defeat a boss,
yeah,
then you can do it. And
got it. Yeah.
But it's all about, you get into a rhythm of timing. I mean, there is a skill part to it, but actually it's quite like, if you play it enough, you complete it, and you're meant to keep dying. Like, I don't know.
I suppose. I wouldn't have had the time to invest, so, like, Bloodborne I did watch as a Let's Play, because I love the series.
Yeah.
I love Dark Souls, I know, and Bloodborne, and there was one YouTuber who, when he goes through it, he explains all the mythos, which in those games you've really got to be picking up every little bit of item, and it's on all the scraps of paper, and it isn't spoon-fed to you like other games. So that was really interesting to watch someone who really knew the game inside and out and could expand on the universe for me. So, but no, Tomb Raider, I'd done all myself, and yeah, I want to see the end. I want to play the end.
Yeah. I think what I find hard nowadays is I'm in a bit of a bad place with games in that I can't really like. I've always loved JRPGs and that type of thing, but I don't have the time to play them. I don't necessarily want to put that much time into the game.
It's a big time investment.
Yeah.
What I'm finding at the moment is the games where I am investing the time are things like they're more strategy games, to be honest, and they're few and far between on the Xbox, which is a shame. But that is the most convenient way for me to play games.
Actually, to be fair, I tell a lie. I've played a couple of games quite a lot lately, but I'll get onto them later.
Okie dokie.
But I'm probably like being hypocritical about what I'm saying, actually. Yeah. Okay, we've also got Naruto. I think this is the right title. Naruto Shinobi Striker. And there was a demo for this game. You can play it on PlayStation and Xbox. I don't know if you can play it on PC. I have no idea. I probably should know that, but anyway.
I'm gutted. Couldn't get it to download, so I'm gutted because I would have liked to have seen that because I love the Naruto anime. It's awesome.
The game's quite good. There's a lot of missing features in the demo that I was kind of excited about, so I didn't get to see some of the stuff I wanted to see, but it's kind of like a five player teams?
4x4, I think it is. 4v4.
Yeah, and you have so I've played it for about an hour.
Yeah.
And you can make your own character, and what I guess you can do that you can't do in the demo is you can progress in the game and you can pick up different skills like ninjutsu and all that kind of stuff, genjutsu and all that stuff, and then build your character around certain abilities.
Oh, nice.
In the demo, you kind of have your base character and he doesn't really have anything particularly good, and then you can play some of the proper characters. And you do these kind of 4v4 battles. They have one that's kind of like a team versus team deathmatch.
Yeah.
One that's like a base capture thing, so you have to capture the bases.
No.
I'm not sure whether you can do capture the flag in the demo, but I know they do have that. But it looks like one of those games, from what I've seen, that I could imagine getting really into if they have a ranked queue.
Right, yeah.
And really quite enjoying getting into it, but I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes.
I'd be interested into what kind of depth of progression you get with the characters, because certainly the anime, it's all about them improving their skills and getting better and better all the time, and they spend ages working on just some of their techniques and the amount of effort they put in, and seeing that in the game and seeing how far you can progress. If it's only a light dusting of doing that, then I'd be a little disappointed.
Yeah,
but
that's what
really
I'm not.
Sell. That would be ace.
That's the big question that the demo does not answer, and that's.
Yeah.
Because I mean, similar to you, the idea of getting to make my own Naruto character and then develop them and get them really good, and then the other element of you can bring the skills you learn on playing the game into a competitive environment sounds really fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not sure.
One to watch then.
Yeah, the gameplay's good. The gameplay's really good.
Hopefully, at some point this weekend, before the open beta ends, it'll let me download it and I can actually try it out.
I'd recommend anyone that likes Naruto or Boruto give it a go and see what you think. I mean, it's a good demo to understand the gameplay. And for some reason, it let me play online, even though I don't have PS Plus, which I was surprised with.
Oh, right.
Unlike No Man's Sky. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'd say give it a go. It's quite interesting.
Awesome.
What else we got? Let's have a look. Oh,
next one up is one of your favourites, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually got this. So this is basically on the Super Nintendo and some other consoles as well. There was a series called Mega Man X, and they've brought out Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, which is 8 of the Mega Man X games, 1 to 8. And this is like a classic platformer where it's kind of got an element of progression, because you do like a level and you maybe get an upgrade to your armor that gives you new abilities, and you get a new kind of weapon type.
Oh right, yeah.
And you can like increase your health as well by finding it in certain levels and stuff like that. And it's kind of got a very Japanesey kind of story about, you know, like Mega Man's a robot and there's this bad stuff happening and he's just this weakling and then you get better. It's your typical kind of hero's quest kind of thing.
Which of the 8 titles is the standout then?
I haven't played them all, but from what people say, I think Mega Man X2 is seen as one of the best. I think the first 4 are seen as the better ones because they're all 2D. It's a really fun game. It's kind of game I'd recommend you get for like Nate or someone, because he'd probably quite like it. It's a good game for kids as well. It's a game that I grew up with as a kid.
Well, if it's a platformer, Lily's actually more into a platform game.
Well, she might really like it. I mean, it's...
If she can get past the fact it's a robot and not a unicorn princess or something.
It's quite hard as well, though.
Yeah, she's desperate to play Cuphead, but Cuphead's so difficult.
Mega Man's quite...
She'd be a bit gutted.
You can put Mega Man on, because I've had to put it on this mode. There's rookie mode, which makes it slightly easier.
Oh, right, okay.
And I've been playing it on that mode because I can't. I'll be honest, I just can't be bothered to like spend the time to get that good. Because it's from that generation where you used to play that game. Like, you'd have that game and you'd play it for 6 months with your friends.
Yeah, 20 years. 30 years now, maybe I could do that. But yeah.
So that's a fun little one that I recommend. I think they're like £15 each.
Oh, they're not too bad then, and it's 4 games on each, I take it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend getting the first collection, and then if you're really into it, getting the second one.
Right, yeah.
We've also got... We're going through these quite slowly, but I think we're having some good chat, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
We can talk about... what's the song? Goodbye, darkness, my only friend. Loot boxes. Let's talk about loot boxes. So, the Netherlands have basically deemed loot boxes as banned because they see them as a violation of their gambling law.
Nice.
So you can't sell loot boxes in the Netherlands. I think a couple of other countries have done it as well.
Yeah.
I think maybe Belgium, but don't quote me on that. But apparently Dota 2 has loot boxes, and apparently players in the Netherlands can see what's inside the loot box before they open it. So,
all right.
I'm assuming that's before they buy it.
Yeah, it must be.
So that's weird and interesting. So good for... Well, not good for Dota 2, but good for the Netherlands.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder what League's doing then. Because I know a lot of Dutch people that play League of Legends. And that essentially has loot boxes.
Well, maybe not anymore.
Because they can get massive fines. Like, really bad fines.
Maybe they're taking the fines if they're making enough money.
I don't know. It's... What else have we got? We've got I mean, I haven't played this. I wouldn't mind giving this a go. Maybe when it's cheap. Monster Hunter World is now on PC.
Yeah, I'd like to play it, but it takes a lot of time. I've played previous Monster Hunter games. It really is a lot of rinse and repeat, a lot of grinding to get all the materials you need to improve your stuff. And I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous, the one on the Xbox, Monster Hunter World. And the fact you can...
Oh, it's on the Xbox as well?
Yeah. And the fact you can play it with all your mates is just awesome.
It's one of those games that I'm kind of...
But
I'd probably pick up if it was cheap.
Yeah.
Because I don't...
I think, though.
It's one of those games that I mean, there's a couple of games I do play that are grindy, but it's one of those games that I think I'd probably play for 5 hours, be like, yeah, this is alright, and then I probably wouldn't play again.
Yeah. You've got to be committed.
Yeah.
To progress anywhere in Monster Hunter World. If it's not hooked you in after the first few hours and really dragged you into the I must grind all this stuff, I think, yeah, you're not going to put in the hours and hours and hours you need to truly experience the game.
We've also got Yakuza 0 is now on PC.
Awesome.
Which is awesome. It's had very good reviews on PC. I think PC Gamer gave it 90.
Which was the Yakuza game you played?
Yakuza 0. So
it was Yakuza 0 then?
Yes, the way it works is there was Yakuza 1 to 6. 6 came out this year.
Yeah.
And they made 0 last year, which is a prequel to 1.
Yeah.
So it's a good starting point. So I'm wondering whether they're going to put them all on PC. Which would be good.
It ties in. Yakuza 3, 4 and 5
are
getting remastered, aren't they, and coming to the PS4.
They are indeed.
So they could, I guess once they've done the legwork, no reason they wouldn't also shift that over to PC at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised, because if they're remastering them for the PS4, which is got similar architecture to a PC, then it shouldn't be very hard. In theory, but I'm not a games developer. But
yeah.
In theory. So we've also... But, I mean, I'll talk a bit more about Yakuza later on.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm holding that back.
Circle back round to that.
Fallout 76 beta in October.
Ooh. I really want to play the beta to get a feel for it.
Yeah, I'd play the... It depends if we have access to it, but I would play the beta. But I'm not going to buy the game until I've either watched several videos on it or played the beta. And I'm getting a very, very strong vibe that I'm not going to like this game and it's not meant for me.
Yeah. Well, I've got friends who are absolutely crazy about the Fallout series. They've played all of them to death. And they've turned around to me and said, oh, really don't trust Fallout 76. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be what I want to play. But it's Fallout. I'm blatantly going to buy it.
Thing is with it, it's one of those games that I think is going to be like GTA Online potentially. So it has the potential to be incredibly popular and make Bethesda a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's not a game that I want. And I think what concerns me is
they'll get away with it.
Yeah, and it concerns me they're going to make more games like that because it makes them a lot of money, which would make great business sense, and they probably will do that if it's very successful. Yeah. I don't care what they say.
Or
they
stop making other games and just keep releasing content for it, because... Well,
like Rockstar. Rockstar's not...
auto game, have we? And Red Dead Redemption 2's taking forever to come out.
Sorry, I'm just seeing something. Yeah, so Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on the PS3 and Xbox in September 2013.
Really? Wow. So they've been
milking...
Oh,
no, sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, September. It was released again on PS4 and Xbox One in November 2014, but it's been out for 5 years.
Yeah, they've been milking it for 5 years.
And they make loads and loads of money off it. But that's the longest time we've had between Rockstar games, releasing something. And there's so many... I'm sure Red Dead Redemption 2 will be good, but there's, so much stuff I'd love to see from them, like a Bully 2.
Yeah.
A new GTA.
Yeah, it's would be nice.
And we're probably looking at maybe 10 years between GTA games this time.
I reckon. Just because, they're still making money absolutely hand over fist. I'm sure I saw some news report that said they'd made some completely ridiculous amount of money from GTA Online. They'd made $1 billion or something, or it had sold some complete nonsense.
It probably makes more money than World of Warcraft does.
Yeah, no,
I'm not sure, but I would have thought it's probably the biggest money maker in the whole industry right now. I
don't know. I think Fortnite might be, because I'm sure there was some reports.
Oh, it could be.
Fortnite had made £1 billion or $1 billion since the end of last year.
And I think the problem that we're going to have as players of single player games is that actually, when it comes down to it,
they're not profitable.
They are, but not to the same level.
Not as.
Because if you think about it, if you can create a game like Fortnite that's easy to access and easy to play and get into, or a game like GTA 5 that's easy to access and play online and whatever, the kind of games I like JRPGs or things like that, are very...
Games with story.
Games with story, they don't have a lot of longevity, do they, really, in terms of,
No.
So, and they just don't make as much money. It is good business sense not to make those games and make Anthem.
I still have high hopes for Anthem. I'm not writing it off yet.
To be honest, I'm kind of getting to the point with BioWare that I don't actually care anymore, because...
They've upset you too much.
Not that. I kind of just moved on from BioWare. I've kind of accepted that a lot of the games developers that were part of BioWare have now left. The ones that made a lot of the games I loved. So I don't really see it as the same game studio. And the fact that their priorities are a game like Anthem, to me, just says that the BioWare that I loved is no longer really there. And that's fine, because there's a lot of substitutes. You've got companies you've got a lot of the JRPG stuff that's got really big. You've got Zelda and Persona 5. You've got Obsidian for really good story games.
Project Red.
What's Project Red? Oh yeah, of course, Cyberpunk.
CD Project Red,
so there's
The Witcher 3. That was a masterclass in story and game, wasn't it?
It was, and I think there's a lot. I've kind of moved on from BioWare now, because they're not going to make another Baldur's Gate game for me. They're not going to make... I mean, maybe they'll make another Knights of the Old Republic, but, if they do, I'm on board, but...
Totally on board.
Yeah, but, with...
You know what I'd like to see? Jade Empire 2.
Do you know what? I never really got into Jade Empire. A lot of people love it. I wish I'd given it more of a go.
I really enjoyed that. It was awesome fun. I played the whole thing. Awesome.
Yeah, I should have given it more of a go back in the day. But yeah, I don't know with BioWare. I'm just a bit meh about them. I'm not really bothered they're doing Anthem anymore. I just kind of think... I kind of accepted that actually they just don't... I mean,
they're a different studio now.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try and make another Dragon Age, so I'll see how that comes about. I'll give that a chance. But I mean, Anthem, I'm not going to buy, because there's nothing about it that interests me.
No.
If I'm being honest, it's not really what I'm looking for in a game, to be honest. You've also got... I haven't played this yet. I've got it downloaded. I wonder... Maybe you do as well. I'm not sure. But The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Have you heard about this?
I saw the trailer and it just looked a bit strange, but it's the people who did Life is Strange, isn't it?
Exactly.
New game. So, I mean, they've got pedigree in
well,
Life
apparently it's like a prequel to Life is Strange 2.
Really?
Yeah, so, and it's like, I think it's 2 hours long, so it's like an free episode. What was that?
It's only a short one then.
Well, it's basically the equivalent of an episode of Life is Strange.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, this is one of the things with episodic games. It's like, I'm quite looking forward to Life is Strange 2, and I'm looking forward to the last Walking Dead episodic game. But I'm not going to buy, like, the game in parts. I'm just going to wait till it's finished, because I'm not interested
because you want to play the whole game. I don't see the point in playing one part of a game.
I'd never really understood the episodic thing, really.
Yeah, no.
Because it's almost like you're going to get diminishing returns, because you're going to have, like people aren't going to buy episode 2 but not episode 1.
Yeah.
So you're going to make more money selling it as a full product for the full price than selling it in parts, where you might get X amount of people buying the first episode and then 25% think, nah, this is rubbish, I'm not going to buy the next one. So for me, it doesn't make a lot of good business sense, because actually you're probably going to make a lot more profit from doing it all in one go, because you'll capture those people that don't like the game and they'll still have paid all the money for it. Basically.
Yeah.
The other one that's a bit of a weird one, I haven't watched this, I don't know if you've watched it. There's been a fan film of the game Uncharted that's been released with Nathan Fillion as the main character.
Well, that's pretty cool, because I like Nathan Fillion, he's a good actor.
When he's pretty much Drake, isn't he? He's that kind of...
Yeah, I guess I can see that, but I've never really played any of the Uncharted games, because they were PS when I didn't have it, a PS, so I never got into them.
I've played them, but I don't...
And I always felt they were kind of like a poor man's Lara, so...
Yeah, that's kind of what I felt playing them. I didn't really enjoy them.
Right, okay.
But I don't...
I know there's a big following for them, but...
That's the thing. I think what maybe it's an age thing, or it's...
Yeah.
I have certain expectations, I suppose, in a game, in terms of, like, the story, and in terms of... Like, for example, look at books. Like, I'm the kind of guy that likes reading a book like Dune, or... I mean, okay, I'm happy to read the Harry Potter books as well.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of mythology. Or Anne Rice's... the
Vampire Chronicles.
Yeah. So I'm the kind of guy that likes something with a bit of depth. Even Harry Potter has quite a bit of depth, actually.
Yeah. Some good world building.
But... I don't know. I mean, I do like the Indiana Jones films, but then they actually have, in some ways, a bit of depth, I suppose. But I don't
love
know.
Indy, so you can't badmouth Indy.
Oh, I'm not. I'm a big fan of Indy. But what I mean is that I kind of find action games for the sake of action with... I mean, a lot of people probably argue with me and say that actually Uncharted has a great story, but...
Yeah.
It's not necessarily deep enough for me.
Right, okay, it was a bit too, just... I saw a bit of, I think it was Uncharted 4, and I just found it really kind of surreal. He was hanging around some rocks with his brother and doing all these absolutely insane kind of parkour stunts.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I went, how do you even learn how to do all this? How is he doing any of this? This makes no sense. And then it actually cut to a flashback of him and his brother running around their old school or their boarding school or something up on the roofs.
Oh, was this me playing this?
Yeah, you might have been playing it. Yeah,
I think it was me playing Uncharted 4.
Yeah, and it's like, and then it cuts to the school, and it's like, how is he doing that as a child? Why is he not dead?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird game.
It just felt peculiar. Yeah, I found it odd and jarring.
Sorry, I'm just trying to log into Twitch to see, because there's some people in the chat, but I can't actually read their messages, so I don't know if I'm meant to... If I can... Oh, I don't want to put the music on. There we go. Apparently there's 3 viewers. Hello, viewers.
Hey, viewers.
I just wasn't sure if my thing was... what do you call it? Blocking the chat or something. It says 0 people are watching, but there's like 3 viewers. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, if you're there, hello. And let's look at... So yeah, that's Uncharted. So I think that's probably the gaming news that we're going to talk about today. There's probably a lot more. We've probably missed tons of stuff, but that's what we went with. So
yeah.
So I guess we can next go on to what games are we looking forward to? What are you looking forward to?
There's so many games I'm looking forward to, but I don't own the systems for. I'm massively excited by the new Spider-Man game, but it's on PS4. What am I actually looking forward to on Xbox? Possibly Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
Because I do really like I read the Odyssey and ages ago, and I really love the story, and I like the idea of Ulysses and that kind of thing. So it'd be quite interesting to see like things in that game world and seeing how it works out and their take on that kind of...
Well, they've also got the whole... You can play a guy or a girl.
Yeah, no, which is really cool.
And there's also... It looks like they have a deeper role-playing game system, and...
Yeah.
I get the impression they've done more for this... They're focused even more on story than... What's it called?
Games.
Can't even remember what the last game's called. I actually quite enjoyed it, and I've forgotten the name.
Origins?
Yeah. So, I don't know, it's funny, because I was quite pleased with Origins, because I was like, every time an Assassin's Creed game comes out... fucking hell, I can't speak. Every time an Assassin's Creed game comes out, they kind of pull me in, and then I'm disappointed. But actually, Origins, I was kind of like, this is quite good, it's getting there. And I was quite chuffed with, like... I mean, it wasn't the best game I played. It wasn't the best game I'd played ever, but it was... That year, it was probably in my top 3 or 4 games, which is not bad.
That's bad.
I preferred it to Horizon Zero Dawn. I know a lot of people swear by that game, but I was sort of fairly meh about that game. I thought it was good, but I didn't really... I don't know.
Robot dinosaurs not floating your boat.
No. I mean, the story was good. I just couldn't really be bothered.
Maybe you were just playing that game during a period of ennui.
Maybe. I don't know, it's one of those games that's like, yeah, this is kind of a good story. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I didn't have, like... It wasn't captivating enough.
Yeah, okay. I know Dad was crazy about it, though, wasn't he?
He was. I can understand. I mean, both my cousins absolutely loved it as well. I can see the appeal. But I'm the type of guy that played The Witcher 3 and was like, meh, it's okay. But a lot of that was more to do with the fact that I hadn't played the previous 2 games, so I did start a playthrough The Witcher 1 and quite enjoyed it. I need to go back and finish it and like do all 3 games in a row, but I don't...
Yeah.
I think that's more a slightly autistic trait of mine, that I don't really like not knowing all the context.
Yeah, no, you need the story, man.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Anything else you're looking forward to?
Possibly Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, because going back and playing Rise because it's free on crossplay, it's like, oh, actually, I could sit down, put the time in, get this one finished, ready for the next. That I could see doing, because I like the new, more empowered version of Lara.
Yeah.
It's good to have her a bit more empowered, and she takes one hell of a beating all of the time in these games. Like, the number of things that happen to her, it's like, I'll look at it and go, yep, that'd have killed me. Yep, I'm dead. Yep, dead.
But I like that they kind of... I mean, I'll probably get a lot of backlash for making this point, but I kind of like the fact that she's... In my mind, she's the type of... I think she's a good role model for women that kind of... in a kind of like... not overly obvious way, if you know what I mean.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, she can be a pretty woman who kicks ass, and that's fine. Instead of like...
hard as nails.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. Instead of it kind of... it's not forced in the same way that perhaps... not necessarily other games, but television can do it, or...
yeah.
Like, it's not openly trying to make a statement about gender. It's just a game, and I kind of like that.
It's just a fun game, and she's the heroine, so...
Exactly.
Yeah. But certainly, I do like the fact she has kind of grown with the times.
Yeah, definitely. So the games
what are
I'm
you looking forward to?
Well, they're kind of from the same vein, because one actually came from the other. So let's start off with the original, which is... I'm quite excited about the port to... I think it's PS4, PC and Xbox of Shenmue 1 and 2, which comes in on August the 21st.
I mean, I always heard loads about... I never played the originals back in the day. Heard such good things about them and how they were these awesome, massive games and did a load of clever things.
They were like massive, but not. They were like...
yeah. You could get as much out of them as you were willing to put in.
Yeah, so the amazing thing about them, and the game I talk about afterwards links into it quite a lot. I think there's a lot of reasons the other game was birthed, but what Shenmue did really well was that it kind of, for its time, it was quite open world, but it wasn't really at all. But what it did well was that the areas in which you go in, so it was set in... God, where was it even set? Was it set in China? No, Japan.
Japan.
But what it lacked in world size, it made up for with the amount of stuff in every area of the game that you went. So you go in a shop and the detail was ridiculous at the time. We're talking about a Dreamcast game, so...
yeah.
But it had tons of mini games in. I think you could play a lot of Sega classics within the games. So it was like games within games. An arcade. You could go to like... it had loads of random stuff you could get that was completely useless. Like, you could go to those... do you remember when you were a kid and you could go to those like machines that had like a... what were they? Like a... almost like a plastic cylindrical shape that you could open up and inside would be a toy.
Oh, right.
Do you remember those?
Like the machines that have like a toy and an egg, like a plastic.
Yeah, that's it.
And there'd be all kinds of useless crap that you don't need.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that you'd buy for your kid at the supermarket when they're pissing you off and you want them to be quiet or something. I guess. Or they're embarrassing and you think, right, they're kind of sick of this kid crying and everyone looking at me. Let's buy him this thing and he'll be quiet. Steph's Guide to Parenting.
Kids just want to collect them and fill your house with them.
Yeah.
For reason.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. And the thing is, Shenmue had a really good story. There's a lot of... The dub was pretty bad. Infamously bad. But apparently you can play this game in Japanese and have subtitles. It looks like a Dreamcast game. So go into this expecting that it's going to look bad. And the gameplay perhaps is going to feel very archaic. It's not one to buy if... I think if you're a young gamer, buy it if you're really interested in it and you're willing to take the pain. But
and play like a retro game. It's going to be real retro.
Yeah. I mean, for people like me and Rammy, we could pick it up and get on with it and be fine with it. And I'm not saying younger people wouldn't, but what I'm saying is that
you
can't expect it to be
the kind of standards they expect. It's not being remastered, is it? It's just being released.
It's being yeah. I think it graphically looks slightly better, but a lot of people are saying
no, it's basically
that they think it's actually a rip from the emulator version or something. So it's
right.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's old school.
It's never going to be completely beautiful. So yeah.
Of course, if you want a similar thing, but you want something more modern, then we can look at the second game I'm looking forward to.
All right.
Which is Yakuza Kiwami 2. So the interesting...
What is Yakuza Kiwami?
Right, okay. So...
And how is this the second one?
Right, I'll explain. So... Right, I'll preface this first because I'll keep the segue going. So, Shenmue 1 and 2 basically bankrupted Sega and led to the Dreamcast downfall. Just so you know. They invested so much money in Shenmue, it was ridiculous.
They didn't market the Dreamcast at all. It was an amazing console, and they just
had some good stuff on it.
It was really good, and then they didn't market it. Idiots.
And I mean, it's... Yeah, and I don't know why it flopped so badly, to be honest. I suppose the Was it PS1 era?
Yeah.
I think the PS1, just absolutely... Smashed everything.
Yeah.
And N64 was pretty strong, though, as well.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. It was a pretty...
That's not fair.
No, but I think the thing is, you're in a situation where you had... I mean, when you look at the competition, it was a golden era of gaming because you had the N64 that had GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Zelda, probably one of the best games that ever came out at the time. I mean, Ocarina of Time, it was massive. Such a big game.
It's totally awesome.
And then you had PlayStation, which had all the Final Fantasy stuff going on. Had Tomb Raider.
It's ridiculous.
There was in fact, PlayStation 1 and N64 they were just groundbreaking consoles because they were the beginning of 3D where it actually kind of worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, where am I going with this? Dreamcast. Yeah, but anyway, why should you play Yakuza? So I don't know. I'll segue this in a bit actually, but I'm looking forward to Yakuza Kiwami 2. The name ordering of Yakuza at the moment is that basically they made the prequel Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
They've done a remake of Yakuza 1 and 2, which are now called Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's what it is.
Right, okay.
Then they're going to release Remaster 3, 4 and 5, and Yakuza 6 came out this year.
Right.
So that's...
Okay.
And the idea, I think, is they're going to have all the Yakuzas on PS4, so you can play them all.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
So there is some logic to it. But let's go on to reviews, because I can just segue into more Yakuza, because why not?
Yeah.
So I completed Yakuza 0.
Oh, nice.
Which was a great game, actually. One of the things that, I mean, again, this is going to get a little bit political. The thing is, the Japanese is that they just don't care, basically. So, and that's nice, because actually, one of the things I did miss about gaming, you know, I'm all for gender equality and equality of opportunity.
Yeah.
Not a fan of equality of outcome, but won't get into that debate. Equality of opportunity I'm all for. But sometimes it is nice to play a game where the main character smokes cigarettes, he gets into fights and pulls off his shirt to show off his tattoo and punches the shit out of the other guy, and he saves women. He saves, you know, these women, and he's a total hard ass. And, you know, when you're feeling like having a fun time in Kamarichi, I think it's called. Go to a karaoke bar and have a sing. To some really cheesy Japanese pop.
J-pop. Nice.
I mean, there are elements of it that perhaps are a little bit, you know, you can go to a
I know some of the stuff you can do. Well, we've discussed that before.
Go to like a hostess bar.
Yeah.
Which is about chatting up. It's not about chatting up. In Japan, they have these hostess places because I don't really know why. I think it's because there's a lot of issues around men and women sort of getting together, I think.
Yeah, men are lonely, but don't know how to connect with women, so they go to the hostess bars, I think, just for company.
And they chat to a girl and they learn how to, like, you know. So you can kind of go to these bars and, it's very Japanese and, you know, there are elements of it that certainly you can take a lens to and go, holy crap, this is very on PC in our current modern day. But having said that, sometimes it's nice to just play a game and not get bogged down by politics, which seems to be consistently entering gaming. And you know what? I am very much pro games having, kind of characters that both men and women would like to be, and that are kind of, you know, whether it's a strong guy or it's a very attractive woman, all those kind of things. And I think that's fine. Games, the whole purpose of games is for it to be a fantasy thing and a kind of, it's meant to be that, who wants, not many people really want to play a computer game where you play an old woman in a wheelchair who can't walk.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with old women in wheelchairs who can't walk. I'm not trying to give them a hard time, but
sometimes if you're a guy, you would just like to be the hero and save the princess, as it were, just because that's cool. I can't do any of that in real life, but in this game, look, I'm a hero. I've saved her, and she's actually grateful that I saved her from whatever terrible situation she was in. I've done a good thing. Hooray!
And sometimes it's okay, I think I don't think we have to give. I don't think we have to be so anti this kind of
validation.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, let's move off the politics. But
yeah.
I mean, it's very Japanese. There are certainly on PC elements to it and all of that. But if you want, and the combat's a lot of fun. It's very simple, kind of beat 'em up. It's a bit like, I don't know. It's like a beat 'em up game, really. But the story, it has a hell of a story, and it's very quirky. It's very cheesy as well.
There's loads of weird stuff you can do.
Yeah, like what was because I sent my girlfriend some pictures of some of the side quests because I was just like showing her how fucking ridiculous it is, because she actually loves Yakuza 0. She thought it was really fun. She played it herself. But what? Oh god, so some of the stuff you end up doing, like I had. Thinking of examples of some of the side quests. Had one side quest where the task of the side quest was to talk to a character about a politician about what the government should tax in Japan. I was like, okay.
Right.
Then you have another one where it's like, oh, what? You keep bumping into some like semi-naked guy who's a total pervert. Who thinks that you're a pervert. Yeah, you have a really creepy one. There's this little boy that wants to get a magazine from this machine, and the machine is one of these. So it gets a little bit dodgy, but it's one of these machines in Japan where they have porn magazines inside a kind of like a vending machine, and they have foil over them. So this little boy doesn't know what's in them, but he really wants to get one of these magazines because he thinks it'd be really cool. And the side quest is you have to like sneak to this machine without any other NPCs seeing you.
That you're buying porn for a child.
And then you buy it from him and you say, look, don't open this till you're 16 and keep it hidden under your bed. So I mean it is completely unacceptable in the West, and but
when I was a young lad, you used to randomly find porn in the woods. I don't think that's even a thing anymore, is it?
Well, I think it's different now because you can't. I don't know. I think when we were both kids, people bought porn magazines in shops, didn't they? And
yeah.
Kind of stuff.
I don't think that's even allowed now, is it?
Mm.
But yeah, you used to just find magical caches of it in the woods every so often.
Why in the woods?
That's just where it would be. Like Prairie woods, wave a wand, and there'd be a stash of porn for the kids to find.
It's ridiculous. Oh my god! But yeah, no, I mean it is pretty. I mean there is elements of Japanese culture that are a little bit.
Yeah, but again,
not in line with ours, and I,
it's a different culture. So
it is, and I'm not saying there's bits in the game that I don't think are like a little bit wrong, to be honest. But it's a game. Take it as what it is. It's a Japanese game, culture. And it's part of the culture. So I've also played at the start of Yakuza Kiwami as well. Again, still good, great story. Haven't done as many side quests. I'm a bit more interested in. Actually, no, I've done more side quests because you get more XP from the side quests.
Oh right, okay.
Basically,
so kind of grinding, so you can power level through the game and get the story to get through the next one, and so on.
Yeah, I mean the interesting thing about the game is you kind of get. There's a lot to do in it. So in Yakuza 0. There's like the main story, but then they have like a couple of like sort of mini games that are almost games in themselves. So one was where you run a hostess bar, which was really, really fun. It was like a little mini sim thing. Yeah. It was just really fun. You had to like make sure all the guests were happy, and then you had to do certain things at different times, and then put the right girl with the right customer. I mean, it's probably not that politically correct. But
but it was fun to play.
It's got quite an addictive little mini game.
Basically a management sim, yeah.
Basically,
but just with inappropriate content.
But again, it wasn't like it wasn't inappropriate in the sense that there was like, it wasn't. It wasn't like visually inappropriate, I suppose.
No. It's just maybe not up to our exceptionally high standards of PC nowadays.
I mean, actually, Yakuza Kiwami, there was a really embarrassing, very Japanese. Oh god, what was it? you're like you. It's one of these where you go to hostess place and then you like chat her up, and I was like, oh well, if I like do this to the end, I'll maybe get like a ton of XP. So I did, and then at the end, like you get virtually no XP, but you get a video of a real life Japanese girl who I guess is meant to be the character.
Oh right,
like,
being your hostess.
Like, well, she's like lying on a bed. And then, like, in skimpy clothing, and then kind of, what's she doing? God, she's like doing these like weird poses, but it's proper creepy. It's like in no way a turn on to watch. It's just really weird and slightly like concerning. So there are things that will really jar in the game in terms of the mini games if you like see them to their conclusion, you're like, oh, that is not erotic at all to me. That's just a bit strange. I'm gonna leave now. Had this really cheesy music as well. It was weird. It was like 80s porn without the porn, but then like slightly creepy.
Yeah.
So that's Yakuza. It's certainly a cultural experience. Yeah, there you go. Try it if you dare. No Man's Sky. I mean, we've kind of talked a bit about No Man's Sky.
Yeah. You've played an hour.
Yeah.
And it may be prettier, and there's the odd bit of stuff that's new. We have kind of covered that.
Yeah, in fact, the video on the stream is about to end. I'm not sure if it's
literally you playing, so...
Yeah, me playing about 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure... I think it's going to end soon, the video that's playing, interestingly. So I'm not sure if it will repeat. But that'll be interesting to find out if we're still recording. But, yeah, I don't know what more to say about No Man's Sky. Reviews as well. Naruto Shinobi Striker, enjoyed it. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
So let's move on to Xbox
I know what
Live.
I've played.
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't ask what you've played.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I've got another one as well, but I'll save it till the end. Carry on.
I've been playing loads and loads of Jurassic World Evolution.
Ooh.
And it's so weirdly addictive, and because I find I just want to keep like tweaking and the minute detail of the park and getting it just to look just right, and tweaking this here and that there, and like you play through different islands. There's like 5 different islands, and you unlock more stuff as you play through each of the islands.
Yeah.
So I've done like everything to unlock on the first island, then the second. I'm just on the third island now. But it's weird because as I play more islands, I've kind of got better at building things. It's like, oh, actually, if I built like this in the first place, now I've got to this third island, it's like, whoa, well, now I can apply all these cool techniques that I've learned from building in previous places to get this island even better. And also, you've got to deal with like dinosaurs escaping and all kinds of nonsense with them, filling up their feeders, sending missions out, and all of this while you're trying to build your party. Sometimes it's like, no, I just want to finish building this thing I'm building, or I'll forget.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's awesome fun, and I have to keep getting sucked in by it. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'd like to give that a go, to be honest.
Yeah, you'll have to come round and give it a try, man, because it is an awesome sort of management sim. Run your own Jurassic Park.
Yeah, well, hopefully when I move sort of close by, it'll be a bit easier to do.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Have you been playing anything else?
Yeah, as I say, I've already mentioned it briefly. I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Because I was just in the mood for some Tomb Raider, and can't play the first one, but I noticed it had just come onto Games Pass, and it's like, you know what, I could just give that a go. And yeah, it's more of it's like the first Tomb Raider, but there's more stuff to do and more stuff to unlock, and yeah, it'll be good.
Cool. Anything else, or is that all of them?
That's it, pretty much. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. As I say, whenever I'm gaming now, it's either Jurassic World Evolution or Tomb Raider.
See, the last one that I did play, and I forgot to mention this because I finished it 2 weeks ago. It's taken a long time to finish because I've been playing with my girlfriend, but I finished. It's quite a long game. It's 20 hours.
Right, yeah.
And she's actually stuck with it. We've actually completed a whole game together, so
that's awesome.
Quite impressive because she's struggled a lot to find a game she'd like, but she's sat and played the whole of Detroit Become Human with me.
Oh, so jealous.
And that game is like...
really want to play that.
It's like on a par with Heavy Rain, I would say.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I think, it's got some flack. I know PewDiePie is doing like a load of like videos on it, probably taking the piss. And a lot of people taking the piss out of it because it's like they've called it a cleaning simulator. And
well, I know Spindles has played I think he's played through it 3 times now.
Yeah,
he absolutely hammered it.
I don't think I'd play it again.
All right.
I find... I'm going to play Heavy Rain with Sarah next, which I haven't played for like 5 or 7 years, but whenever it came out. But
yeah,
I found it very hard to go back and play that game because I knew what was going to happen. And I know that Become Human, you can kind of do different stuff.
Yeah, stuff. I thought the story changed and depending what you did.
It doesn't. I had one character die.
No spoilers for Heavy Rain because I've never finished it and I need to do that at some point.
Oh God, no. Well, if I told you who the murderer was, I'd ruin the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I to be fair, the only reason I play through is one person died that actually I could have saved. I found out.
Ah, right. So you'd want to go back and do that.
He was kind of a minor character though, so it wasn't one of the main characters. Well, I think 2 of the main characters can die in the game. I didn't lose any of them, but you can lose them.
Oh, right. Okay, I probably would.
Well, it's very... I don't know. If you play kind of like altruistic good guy,
yeah,
then I think you can pretty much save everyone. I mean, some of the choices are hard. Like they'll try and give you an ultimatum, but if you kind of just go, well, the good guy thing is to save everyone, then you're all right, I think. Because they gave me an ultimatum, and I ended up going, right, I'm going to protect the child because the child's more important, and then the other person died, and then I found out, if I tried to protect him, the kid would have survived anyway. So I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, they're not going to kill a kid in a video game.
That's true. I should have thought about that. I should have been more meta about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game. Highly recommend. I mean, again, it depends. If you like story, then it's a game you're gonna like. If you're playing it primarily for gameplay, then don't play the game.
Well, it's more the experience, isn't it? Because Heavy Rain was all about the experience and the story, and
yeah, and it's just...
and it is the people who did Fahrenheit, isn't it?
Yeah,
and that was again about the experience. So, and that was an amazing game.
I mean, I'd say they have a good track record now because the only game that they did that I was pretty meh about was Beyond Two Souls.
Right, yeah. That did seem... I never played that one, but it did seem to get sort of kind of panned, or just it's not up to their normal standard, maybe.
Yeah, it just didn't. It was a good idea, but it just didn't for me work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a game that I do like these choice games. I think they're quite fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
But the reason we don't have a lot of them is because they cost a ton of money to make because they're graphically amazing.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of deep story, but I don't know. They're not the most profitable game probably to make.
No, probably not.
Oh, also, I'm going to show my 100-sided dice on the stream because we're going to play. What are we going to play? Eclipse Phase at some point. So that is 100-sided dice.
2d10s.
Yeah, I'm kind of realising why.
100-sided dice. It's ridiculous. It's a ball.
And the problem with this thing is that how the hell
never stop rolling.
Yeah, how am I going to roll that? And the reason I got this was because we're going to play a game that needs essentially 100-sided dice. But as Ramy's saying, yeah, you can use 2d10s.
Yeah, amateur.
And I was looking online, like, where do I get 100-sided dice? And then they have like, well, they the only ones they were selling on Amazon, they were all 10 quid, and they're all the same make. So I ordered it, got it, and realised these are only made in China. You can only get these things in China because only the Chinese use these.
Yep.
Which is fascinating.
No need. 2d10.
Very, very interesting.
2d10s.
But it's orange, so it was worth it because everything about me today is orange. I've got an orange t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an orange lava lamp over there that I got for my birthday, which maybe I can show you. Let's have a look. There you go, that's an orange lava lamp, which I guess doesn't look oh god, doesn't look...
You
Wait a minute.
realise you're kind of digressing here.
Yeah, but I want to show off my lava lamp.
Oh, okay.
It's very exciting. Rammy.
I'd be more excited if I could see it, but I can't, so...
We can go back and watch the video on Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah.
You can look at my dice, and you can look at my orange dice and my orange lava lamp with me in my orange t-shirt. And I'm having to use the lamp in my room because I've got a sad light, which is a light to make you feel happy in the dark winter English days, which I've had for 9 months, and it's fucking dying. So I'm now even sadder than I was when I bought it. Apart from I got a lava lamp, so I'm not that sad. And an orange dice. So.
You should have just bought a lava lamp rather than a sad light.
It's true, but the good thing about sad lights when you're streaming, when they're not dead, is that they're really good for streaming because they light up your room and make it look really professional.
Oh, right, okay.
When they work. So yeah, don't buy a cheap one like an idiot. Like me. Anyway. Do
you want to mention quickly what's coming out next month on Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus?
Yeah. Go on, do Xbox.
Forza Horizon 2, which is good. I'm sure Nate will enjoy that. For Honor, so choppy, fighty. And then on the 360, it is Dead Space 3 and Epic Mickey 2. So Lily will be happy with that. It's like there's one game for each of my kids this time, so that's good.
I think PS Plus and Xbox Live are really good if you have kids.
Yeah.
Like...
extra games, brilliant.
Yeah, I think they're really good for kids. I think... For people like me, I don't know about you, Rammy, but for me in particular, I mean, I've got very acquired taste when it comes to games, and I'm very picky.
Yeah.
So there's very little that I have enjoyed from PS Plus, apart from Tropica, which was good.
I'm jealous of that, because as I say, I'm really getting into kind of like either strategy or management sims, and Tropica had add to that quite nicely. So I think need to release a Tropica game as part of their Games with Gold at some point soon, or something similar.
I think the problem with PS Plus, I found, is that all the good games that come on it that I'd be interested in, I already own.
You've already bought, yeah.
So they've had some real blinders on there. They've had Bloodborne and stuff like that. And they've got a blinder on this time.
There's a really quality title.
Yeah.
Few and far between.
But they've got a really good one this time. I'm only going to do the PlayStation 4 stuff, and there's only one of them I actually know. So, and I can't be bothered to look at the others because they look boring. So there's Absolver. Do you know what that game is? Do you know what it is?
No idea.
Extreme Exorcism Cross-Buy.
No. Good.
Is it good?
No idea. Never heard of it.
Sounds crap, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Space Overlords Cross-Buy.
Yeah. Nope.
No. And the good one, speaking of Become Human, you can get Heavy Rain on the PS4 for free on PS Plus. This has worked really well this week. That's a great segue. Heavy Rain's probably one of the best story-based games. It's probably slightly better than Become Human, actually.
All right. Okay.
I might be wrong there. It's very difficult to tell, but Heavy Rain's a goddamn good game. It's basically about trying to find... They're called the Origami Murderer, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you're a guy who's... I think your first son dies, doesn't he? And then your second son goes missing.
Or something like that, yeah.
Or
you lost the first son, and that's why you split up with your wife and...
Yeah.
Feeding your kid cold spaghetti, or...
It's really dark, the first part of it. It's
totally grim.
But it's done really well. It's
such a good game.
It's like a film, almost like a film.
Yeah.
But with quick time events, which a lot of people hate, but...
Yeah, but it's worth it, just for the story.
It is. It's damn good.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's everything. Have we got anything else to talk about?
Nope.
I'll tell you what I do want to do. I want to give a little shout out to White Wolf.
All right.
And say, you're awesome. Because they've had a lot of flack lately. Because someone wrote an article and basically said that they supported neo-Nazis, which they don't.
Shit.
If you don't know who they are, White Wolf are the creator of Vampire the Masquerade and games like Mage the Ascension and what else have they made?
Eclipse.
Werewolf. No, they haven't made Eclipse.
Hey? Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Yes, Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Hunter the Reckoning.
Mummy the Resurrection.
What else?
Changeling the Dreaming.
Yeah. Wraith.
Demon the Fallen.
What was the name of the superhero one they did?
They did Exalted.
Yes, Exalted possibly is that.
Which is very popular. But they got a lot of flack. The thing about White Wolf is, basically some guy wrote this article and he sort of did a hit piece on them, I suppose. And the thing is with White Wolf, they deal with very difficult subject matter. So games like Vampire, in particular, focus on the darkness in man's heart.
Yeah.
I'm hoping one day we can get the recordings of our original playthrough. We have got another one coming up soon that's going to be on YouTube, but of a few of us, Rammy's playing and some other people. But the original one was a really good one to show you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it will be. Say that again.
Yeah, it's going to be totally awesome. You should totally check it out.
Exactly. That's Rammy's character down to a T. But I'd love for people to listen to the original one we did, because if you want to see the true darkness of how it can get. There's a lot of good examples of that. Rammy's character in particular, William Watt was a psychopath, and Rammy very much played him as a psychopath. And it was a bloody dark story. A lot of bad things happened. Dark.
Some terrible, terrible things happened, but it was a bit of fun, escapism.
It was a great. It was it's probably my favourite role-playing session that I did with a group of people. Really, really was intense in a very good way.
I especially enjoyed our characters' interactions.
Oh god, yeah. Well, the thing is, Rammy was playing a psychopath. My guy was kind of a bit grey area, but he had a big mouth, basically, I suppose.
Yeah.
He didn't take any shit, and he said what he thought, which led him into a lot of trouble. And there was obviously a bit of competition between Rammy's character and mine a lot of the time, or kind of some mutual hatred of each other, shall we say.
You'd give me grief for no reason, and
I gave the psychopath grief for no reason, because he was like slaughtering and diablerizing people, while the rest of the group were like, yeah, that's fine, don't worry about it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like... Bearing in mind, we'd only been vampires for like 2 weeks, and everyone was like on board with this psychopath just massacring people and
do whatever
diablerizing them. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I was the only mildly morally good person, apart from Anna's character, who was a Malkavian. She was kind of head in the clouds, but she was probably the goodest person probably out of the group.
The rest of us were pretty heinous.
Yeah, very, very dark game.
But good fun.
A lot of fun. But yeah, I highly recommend playing Vampire. The new edition is out. Well, I think you can order it on I can't remember the website now, but you can order it if you search Vampire version 5.
Yeah.
But I'm really selling Vampire at the moment. But I absolutely love it. But the new version's coming out. The edition.
I don't believe Stef's on their payroll yet, so.
I'd love to be, though. Just saying. If you're watching White Wolf. I'll be good at marketing your games. I'm telling you now. But yeah, no. It's coming out soon, and the cool thing about Vampire is that it has like a whole meta plot, and they have Vampire in the Dark Ages, they have Vampire in Victorian times, they have modern day Vampire, which was set in the 1990s and the late 1990s, and the new one is now set in modern day, and they have this massive mythology of like, is it 13 clans, even more than that, because they have a lot of side clans, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just
a massive game world. They've put a lot of time and effort into developing the world, and all the different games you can play together and crossover and have characters from each. So yeah, they've put a massive amount of time and effort into this, and it's one of a very well developed gaming world.
A lot of people don't like it mechanically in some ways because it can be quite broken. As you'll probably see if you watch our Vampire videos when they come out, because the last episode I pretty much carried everyone with my skills, because my abilities are broken. Sure, people will disagree, but I did a lot more than you in that fight, Rammy.
I did absolutely nothing.
That's why you should have played La Sombra.
Yeah, but I already diablerized one of those as my previous character, so I thought it would be something different.
Oh yeah, because you got really jealous of Stuart's like god moding. You're like, how can he do all this? And I've diablerized 12 people, and I'm like...
and I can't take out more than one person every 3 or 4 rounds, whereas he rolls one set of dice and I'm going to kill those 85 people like that. Yeah, nonsense.
Which is pretty much what I like.
Yeah, blatantly.
Because I did so much in one turn.
Yeah. Figure out, right, I'm done rolling. Yeah, that's nonsense.
yeah, I think one of them was like, you don't even have to roll on the next turn. It's fine.
Because this is broken and we'll just mince them.
Anyway, we're really digressing. But yeah, no, I mean, highly recommend Vampire. I just wanted to give a shout out for them because they did get a bit of hassle off that. I mean, interestingly, what's happened is that they did an AMA about it as well, went over some of the issues that the guy had mentioned. The strange thing is the guy's website and Twitter have completely vanished off the internet, which suggests that maybe it was a bit of a hit piece.
Vampire killed him.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But no, it's quite interesting. But again, what I find a shame currently when it comes to gaming, be it computer games or even role-playing, is that there is an element of people that take it out of context, and you see it on the left and the right on social media, all sorts, you know. I mean, you see the right wing doing it with James Gunn at the moment, the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm devastated by that news, to be honest.
You know, and what's interesting is actually in this case, it's the right wing that are kind of, you know, targeting him. But there's a lot of examples of the left doing it as well. So I don't want to get too political. I'm goddamn liberal. I'm on the fence and love everyone. But the witch hunting and stuff that comes into gaming, you see it in a lot of computer games. But
works life and stuff now. It's all very disappointing. This is ending the episode on a massive downer. You shouldn't have gone political.
Well, should we leave it on a positive then?
Yeah, somehow.
Final Fantasy VII Remake will come out one day.
I like that. That's a good place to leave it. One day.
One day. God damn, I really hope it does come out one day. But also we've got so much to look forward to this year. We've got August is going to be great. There's Shenmue 1 and 2 coming out. There's Yakuza Kiwami 2. Yeah. I think that Naruto Shinobi... Is that coming out this month? It might be. You've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming out. You've got Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out.
Is Red Dead Redemption 2 out this month?
No, sorry. This year.
Oh, right.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is out this year as well.
Super excited then, and it's like, wow.
It's coming out in October, though. It's only...
Oh, yeah, it gives me time to potentially save up for it.
It's only like 2 or 3 months away.
I don't suppose it's coming out towards the end of October, is it?
No idea.
I hope it's near the end rather than the start.
Let's find out for all our fans. 26th of October, there you go. End of October.
Oh, awesome, because my birthday's the 2nd of November, so I can maybe treat myself.
Yeah.
But there's also Fallout in October, and whether you're going to hate it or not, if you're a Fallout fan, you'll probably buy it anyway.
I'm a Fallout fan, and I'm probably not going to buy it.
Yeah, but you're like...
weird.
Like really picky over what games you do actually spend your money on, unless it's an Assassin's Creed game, and then they always suck you in no matter what.
So you say that, but I've had a friend of mine looking at my Steam game library and is like, why have you got 383 games and you've only played 50 of them, like, longer than half an hour?
Because it happens.
No, he's completely right. I've wasted too much money on Steam.
Yeah. But, new shiny. Oh, well, never mind.
But you know what a good buy is on Steam? Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Nope.
Actually, there's Bus Driver Simulator 18 as well. I haven't tried. So, maybe I'll do a Let's Play with Rammy and Dead.
Nope. Not playing nonsense.
You could watch us pick up, pedestrians and...
Awful.
Be great. No?
No.
On that note, we will yeah, see you later. Good night and God bless, I suppose.
Take it easy, everyone. But yeah,
if you are a Christian, I suppose. I'm not very Christian, but...
Again, now, not only are you not content just bringing politics into it, you're now bringing in...
No, I'm all for religion. I'm an agnostic. So I think all religions are good, apart from the ones where people die.
I'm a Jedi, so there you go.
Excellent.
Right, good night.
Good night. Catch you in a bizzle, faux shizzle, whizzle, nizzle. Bye.
Bye.